It's using Conky for the system monitor, which is the bar going across the time, the date, and the little swirly on the right side,
I like
which I
that
think is
swirly.
which I think is really cool. I think that's smooth.
Yeah, that is slick.
It's using GNOME shell theme icons. It's using a GNOME shell overall UI, and it's using Docky, which is like the Mac-esque bar at the bottom when you hover your mouse over the icon. Oh, it gets big, like you scared it or something.
It looks like a Mac.
I know. And then on the bottom left, it's using to-do.text, Gina Trapante's ultra simplistic, which in my mind harkens on geniusness because you don't overdo it. The hardest thing for a developer to do is to put something out simple and not keep adding to it. It's a very simple application that's a command line application, Android app that syncs over Dropbox, which everybody and their mother has by now.
Right.
And then on the bottom left, it displays what your to-dos are.
Neat.
Yeah, so I like that. And it uses the Lua desktop widgets, which is a add-on to Conky to get the swervy things.
So if I load this up, I could just have this identical desktop on my machine?
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to get to-do.text. You got to set that up. That is all it is a file. You just go in and you set your Dropbox credentials in it. You download the Conky stuff. You put it in your home directory. You download the wallpaper. You say set as wallpaper. You're going to be right there.
Nice.
It's that easy.
That's very easy.
Silly. I know, but I'm still not doing it. It's called Twilight.
You brought
I
it.
I might download it, change something, and call it. I don't know what's a good manly name. The Beefy desktop, the Bacon desktop.
You could call it Dawn.
Dawn. I don't know. That's kind of good.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
I mean, maybe my girlfriend's name is Dawn, but I don't have a girlfriend. Okay, we gotta jump to the next one.
Okay.
And the bad thing is, Steve, I know we're already a little bit long. This comes with a little explanation. Okay. Business intelligent software. It's a fancy dancy word for saying software that has the ability to gather your data and show you forecast and possibly take input from outside sources to show you business forecast.
Okay.
I.e., if we would have had business intelligence software back before you did the first tech site builder, laptop repair videos, there might be an algorithm to where you say, well, if we launch this thing in, the early fall, it seems like we get the best results, kind of thing. It takes historical data and thus figures out projections for future things.
Interesting.
Hey, this only used to be available for the IBMs, the HPs, the Microsofts, the Dells, only the big enterprise companies. And I don't know if you ever remember seeing commercials for SAP.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of I can't remember what it stood for. Do you remember?
No.
Anyway.
SAP.
SAP. That was one of the things that their products did. And their products were really expensive.
Yeah.
Like easy tens of thousands. Right. And by easy tens of thousands, for tens of thousands, you could get them to come talk to you. You still didn't own the product. Yeah. Well, now there's...
I wouldn't like to rely on such things, but I guess it's a tool if you can afford it.
Well, some companies need to be able to be more agile than their competitors.
Mm-hmm.
So they need every advantage they can get.
Gotcha.
Now, with that said, the same concepts and principles can be taken to any business you have because everything has history, everything has trends, every business has algorithms of performance is the best way to put it. Granted, not a lot of them are known, like when's the best time to buy bacon during the year. I'm guessing not around Thanksgiving, but I don't know.
All the time.
All the time. But now, we now have in Linux.
Hang on, Dora. Mm-hmm. Skype's just like literally on and off choking. Let me just call you right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Can you give me a check? 1, 2, 3.
Check, check, test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2, check, check.
All right, let's go with it. Sorry about that.
You're fine, man.
Take it whenever you're ready.
Okay. Now, we have these tools now available in Linux. I believe all of the ones listed here are not free, I'll say. Okay. But if any history is any indicator, it's only going to become more free because I guarantee it's already ultra comparably priced. And they have tools that I've never heard of called Pentaho data mining, JasperSoft. I never heard of that either.
Sounds weird.
Spango by. I don't know any of these things because I'm not a big business, and nor do I need algorithmic software. But if you do, you need to go check this kind of stuff out. Or if your company is looking into multi-hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of software, you need to check this stuff out. And here's the other little side story. This is at a website called smallbusinesscomputing.com. If you go to the root of their website and you look at the top stories, it's not Linux. This is not a Linux site again. Yes, they talk about cloud services. They talk about small business NASs. They talk about big data, but they also talk about looks at Windows 8, Epson projector reviews, 5 small business iPad task. This is not a Linux site. And Linux is also making its way into here. You know, to me, this is just another indicator of what the truth is. If you wait too long, you know, you're gonna have a snotty kid going to you and saying, "What do you know? You don't know Linux."
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We're gonna throw these out because I know we're running long, Steve.
Let's do this last one.
Honestly, I was almost scared. I was almost scared to bring this one, Steve. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Because it's like bringing me bacon and you don't know bacon, and it might be subpar bacon. And if you bring me subpar bacon, what am I going to think of you, Steve?
I see.
Okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to bring something to you that's not
good.
Yeah. Or at least very possible being good. But here's the thing. Okay. We actually talked about this, Steve. I don't know when, but I can tell you it was a while ago. Linux Multimedia Studio. If you go to lmms.sourceforge.net, you'll see a page. And the only reason I know we talked about this one before, Steve, if you go down there to where it says the first paragraph with Linux Multimedia Studio or LMMS, you'll go to that page. And the reason I know we've been here before, this site did the genius thing of their news in the top. And the older the news, the more transparent it became.
Huh.
That's the only reason why I know we've been to this site before.
Yeah, I remember this too. I do, but it was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Well, they finally pushed out new versions. I think the last time we talked about it, they were actually on 04.11. Now they're up to 04.13. And going by what this site is saying, they've made some good improvements.
Neat.
I don't know.
It looks pretty good. I mean, it's a music creation software, and It's got most of these things, or even the good ones, bad ones, they all do the same thing. They all do the same thing. They have same features, but some, the more pro ones do a little more than the others, but they all generally have the same thing. I mean, you could make pretty much pro records with almost anything these days. Software-wise. And this looks like, if anybody has ever used Fruity Loops, or FL Studio they call it now, this looks like reminiscent of Fruity Loops. It looks cool, man. I want to check it out.
Yeah, that is what this article says. They actually say in this article, I prefer FL Studio.
No, he says I prefer it to FL Studio.
Oh, sorry, FL Studio, and I find LMMS very similar to it.
To Logic Studio.
Oh, to Logic.
No, I mean, he prefers it to FL Studio, but he finds it very similar to Logic Studio and GarageBand.
I guess that's a compliment.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
A lot of people use Logic. I mean,
Okay.
they're both pro level programs, so it looks cool, man. It looks well done. I want to check it out.
Yeah, and it says it's a fully functional DAW with various editors. So, like you said, tools. It's a question of, do you like the interfaces for the tools,
Right?
and how it all blends together.
Right. Neat. I like when you bring
Yeah.
stuff like this.
I know, but I'm scared.
Keep bringing it.
I'll try.
Awesome, man. All right, we're done with the links
Yes.
or the notes.
The notes.
Let's do. I thought I took something from Red. I must have it for Android App Addicts. But this is. What did you send me today? You said something. Now it sounds cool.
Yeah.
You want to read that one?
Yeah, this was a hard question. Okay. Good question, but a hard question. Okay. Eric asked in so many words. Is this one? Yeah. At his work, he uses Red Hot. This is why I shouldn't read emails, Steve. At his work, he uses Red Hat Enterprise Edition 5 Linux workstations as our main desktop, and he has Ubuntu at home. I have no root access. I have root access to my home computers, but not to my work computers, which is typical in business.
Mm-hmm.
At home, I run a CPU meter called GK Realm, which is very popular as being a process meter. It's on your CPU load. And he said he really wants to run it at work, but at work he cannot do a install because he doesn't have root. He basically asked, is there a way to make a Linux portable app?
Huh. And
I thought of that before, but I thought, what do I have to worry about that? I just sudo apt get. So when I first thought about it like a year ago, I just completely let it fall out of my brain and say, no problem. Okay. So what I was able to find was looking for the link here. I don't see it. I thought okay, yeah, here you go.
the pgbovine.net.
Thank you. Which bovine, what else? Bovine, ribs, brisket. So that's another good one.
Nice. So what's the site? It's pgbovine.net/cde.html.
Yes. CDE, formerly known as CDE Pack, which is actually in reference to code, data, and in an environment. What this is, it's a virtualizer. You can take a downloadable package like Audacity, GK Realm, Skype. You can download it, the deb file or the installer package, and you can create your own little virtualized environment for that package, i.e. a portable package. On Linux, it's much more difficult to make a portable program because on Windows, if it works on this computer, you know it's going to work on that computer, and it's going to work on that computer, and it's going to work on that computer because they're all Windows. You know, on Linux, you know, there are different things that might not be installed where this program relies on it, and it works on my computer. Go load on your computer, and you'll get an error message saying this is not found, this is about, or it just won't show up.
I see.
You'll click it, nothing will happen. This gives you the ability, it says, I haven't tried it yet because I literally did this today, to take a package, download it, create your little own virtual environment, take that file, distribute it to any Linuxes. They say Fedora, Debian, OpenSUSE, CentOS, Ubuntu, Mandriva. Now, Red Hat, Fedora, Red Hat, CentOS, they're kind of interchangeable with a lot of things. Those three, I don't know if it's with this one.
I see.
So, we can try it. You know, he said he's going to try it. I said I'm going to try it. We're going to try it.
All right. Good luck with it.
Yeah.
All right. Does that cover this one?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I see the branch of the email now. Good. All right. That one's handled. Hope we did good with that one. For Eric, next one is a voicemail. And let me play it, which is what I'm going to do right now.